Good morning, Starshine. This is Smadar from Song of Stones, and I'm here today with a couple of fascinating and magical stone beings. So, yesterday I posted about a mermaid tail, a little tiny stone that had a mermaid in it, and then a large, very large stone that took the form of a mermaid's tail. And both those stones ended up going to one person, which was, the whole thing was very magical. The whole connection and the soul who ended up with these beings is also very magical, very connected to the stone beings. So it was just a really nice connection. And you can read about that in yesterday's post. Today, I was guided to share with you the last of the water dragons, and that large mermaid tail was one of a small group of lithium and chalcedony stones, and they were the water dragon crystals. And so this being here, the large one, is the last one of these water dragon stones. It's really their energy is unlike any I've ever encountered. They are really, really magical and very large and very heavy. This is the smallest, but it's quite a handful, this one. And then, so just as the other water dragon, the mermaid tail water dragon, ended up with another crystal that also had a mermaid tail, this one somehow, and this is the magic of the stone beings, and this is what happens when you just listen and trust and go and flow. This other stone, which is, I don't really know what kind of stone it is. It's a beach stone. And somehow I was drawn to picking it up and putting it down somewhere, and then I've forgotten about it for a while. And then somehow, again, I was called to share this last water dragon stone with you, and they ended up in the same spot together. And I realized that there was something familiar about these two stones. And if you look at their shape, you can see there's some sort of, they have a similarity going. And energetically, they feel so in harmony together. They're quite something together. I just wanted to take a minute to show you these, to share these with you, to share their energy, but also to show you what happens when you just go with the flow and trust what's happening with the crystals. If you're feeling guided or inspired to pick one up, trust it, because magical things happen. It happens like this so many times. I mean, I never thought these things to be a coincidence, but I mean, it's just happened too many times that I don't think anybody could call it a coincidence at this point, where I'm guided to pick up one stone, and somehow later in the day or later in the week or later in the month, another stone ends up in the same spot, and somehow they were magically meant to be together. And you feel it. You feel the harmony. You see it sometimes, but sometimes not. But you always feel it. You always feel something, like a shift in the energy in the room, or yourself, or the stones, or usually it's all of the above. When two stones that are meant to be together from different parts of the world, stones that you never would have thought to put together, and suddenly they're together and you see the harmony between them. It's really magical. It's just it's magical, it's inspirational, it's beautiful. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, the magic of bringing stones together. Stones that you never thought would go, and they do. And that's the same with many things in life. You know, people, colors, crystals, foods. Foods is a good one, because when people get creative and really connect, they can create such amazing dishes that you would never have thought to put together, but somehow they work. And not only do they work, but they bring you such joy as well as nourishment. So that's how it is with the crystals. It's kind of like a recipe. You just trust what you're feeling, and you end up with something really magical. So I invite you guys to trust yourself when the crystals are singing, and seeing what magic comes of it. Have a really beautiful, magical day, and I will see you next time.